What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hope everybody's doing good. How you doing, Mike?
I am excellent. It's a good day to be alive.
Amen. Amen. We're happy to be here this morning. I'm feeling a little tired, but you know what? I'm glad I get to come hang out with all you awesome people. So happy Wednesday. We're gonna get into some prayer, a little bit of Bible, a little business and marketing talk. But yeah, man, this store is kicking our butts, but we're trucking along. Gets better and better every day, so we're pretty excited about it. The first week was interesting to say the least, and you don't, no matter how much research and planning you do, you don't realize all the little things that are going to come up until you're doing it. Because there's just so much stuff that you don't think about. Oh, what about this? Oh, what about this? But I'll tell you what, it's been an awesome experience, and we're rocking and rolling now. We got the grand opening plan for October 15th. So if you're in the area, make sure you stop by. We're going to be doing free lunch and ribbon cutting ceremony and stuff, stuff for the kids and stuff like that. So come on out if you're in the area. I love the shirt, man. That thing's looking sharp. Yeah, I'll have to order me one of those. I like it.
Yeah, I like these nice Nike polos.
Yeah, I like the color scheme, the blue on the white. That's looks good. Looks real nice. Well, I'm gonna pray us up, man, and then I got a verse to share. We can talk about that a little bit, and then get into some marketing. Are the comments working? Because I don't see. No, there we go.
Nope.
As soon as I said
one.
It. Good morning, Adam.
Morning, Adam.
How you doing, sir? Happy Wednesday, buddy. Hope you're having a good day. But yeah, let me pray us up, and then we'll get into this Bible verse.
All right,
Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for just another day to wake up and go out and love people. Help us to focus on you today. Help us to focus on loving others. Help us to put our own selfish desires and our own issues aside and focus on loving others today. Thank you for this community. Thank you for time in the morning to get together and chat and go over life and business and God and the Bible and everything else. Forgive us of our sins and help us to go out there and be a light to this world today. We love you and we thank you. And it's in the mighty name of Jesus we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I heard grand opening. When is it? I'll drive down for that. Grand opening is October 15th. Our store, me, Austin, and Matt. We're opening October 15th. Lunch is going to be around 12-ish. Ribbon cutting ceremony around 1. Everyone's invited. So come on down. 8075 Mechanicsville Turnpike, Mechanicsville, Virginia 23111. I'll post it on my Facebook, and I'll post it in the group too, just to invite whoever wants to come. because I know there are some local people. Morning, Mark. Hope you're doing good, man. The early bird. I'm gonna nickname Mark the early bird. This man is over in California, and he gets up to watch the grind. I think that's freaking awesome. Mark's a good dude, man. I love that guy. Good morning, Juan. I don't know why I didn't show up. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. When are you announcing the prize winners? That's a good question. When are we announcing the prize winners?
Definitely not until after the PSA convention. We got to get through that first.
After PSA, that's the
stuff.
plan.
Yeah.
Yep. After PSA. So once we get done with that, we will be announcing the grand prize winners. That's going to be fun.
So before you get into our verse this morning, we're going to be talking about marketing, everyone. So if you have questions or comments, start thinking of them. Post some questions in here now. I just wanted to get that out early so you get you in the mindset, and then we'll address some of those comments and questions here.
Good stuff. Yeah. And when he says we, he means him, because I don't know anything about marketing. But I'm here to learn, man. I have a feeling that we're going to have to do some marketing with this store. So I'm just a sponge, man. I'm ready to soak it up. There's my brother from another mother, Mr. Scott Holt. Good to see you, sir. Hope you're having a great day. But this verse popped up in my head earlier. I was just thinking, I was like, what's a good verse we could talk about? Something encouraging, something that I know I need, and something that I feel like would encourage the community and everybody could relate to. And everybody knows I love Proverbs. You'll probably get tired of hearing me go to Proverbs, but Proverbs 24:16 popped into my head, and it says in the King James Version, "For a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. Rejoice not when thine enemy falleth, and let not thine heart be glad when he stumbleth, lest the Lord see it and displease him, and he turn away his wrath from him." Which is kind of a weird group of verses, because it literally says it's checking your heart condition, because a lot of times we rejoice when those people that we may not like, or we may not get along with, or we may not whatever, we rejoice when they fail, but in the grand scheme of things, that's not the right heart condition to have. We're all going to stumble. We're all going to go through hard times. It's what you do when you stumble that matters. It's what you do when you fall. It's what you do when you fail over and over. And it says 7 times, and there's probably some biblical explanation to that number, and 7 is the number of this, that, and the other. I don't know all that stuff. But at the end of the day, I do know this. Every successful person, you need something, baby? Okay. Every successful person that I know didn't become successful and knock it out the park on their first try. Every successful person that I know, or people that I see as successful, they didn't get it right the first time. They failed over and over and over again. I like the term failing forward. We have a mastermind group that we do every week, and one of our mastermind members, Jenny, she said a quote, and it said, "I either win, or I either win or I learn, or I either succeed or I learn, one or the other. There is no failing. You either do something and it works and it's a win for you, or you do something and you fail and you learn from it. That's what successful people do. That's what smart people do. That's what wise people do. And I'm seeing that in clear view right now with this store, because it's like, oh, we're opening a store. Let's try this. That didn't work. Let's try this. That didn't work. I messed up here. I'll give you a perfect example. I posted it this morning. When we first were getting the store ready, and some of y'all will think it's funny, some of y'all won't. We're all super busy. My partner Matt, he's in charge of getting the scratch and dent appliances and anything that we're going to be selling. And he calls me. He's like, "Hey man, I got a really good deal on some fridges. It was like 8 or 9, 10 fridges. I can't remember the exact number." He said, "But they're not cooling. Do you think we can fix them?" And I'm thinking to myself, I'm not thinking very swiftly, but I'm thinking, yeah, I do sealed system work. I can fix any fridge. When we get them, there are 8 or 9 top mount Frigidaires, all R600. I haven't done R600 yet. And I'm like, oh, crap. I just spent all this money on these refrigerators. None of them are cooling. And they're just taking up space. So I could either look at that and say, man, I just wasted a bunch of money, or look at it as an opportunity to learn R600. And that's what I did. We're going to fix them. We cracked in. I posted a video earlier. I cracked into 2 of them, and both of them leaking at that lock ring, boy. All you lock ring guys out there. Shout out to lock ring. But yeah, both of them, one lock ring on the entire system, and that's where they're leaking at. Not a single braze on that unit was leaking, but the lock ring was. So hopefully all 8 of them are the exact same. But I say that to say this. I could have said, oh man, I'm such a failure. We suck at this. What are we doing? No, you take it as a learning opportunity. Number one, think through your decisions before you make them. But if you do something stupid, learn from it and then overcome it and adapt and change. And I'm sure, Mike, you've experienced some of that in your business as well. I'm sure you didn't jump into marketing.
I'm absolutely perfect. I never make mistakes.
Well, I wasn't going to say that, but I'll let you say it.
No, I mean, you're hitting it right on the head. I mean, if you can't, like John C. Maxwell, I read one of his books, and it's called Failing Forward, and he talks about this exact thing, failing forward and learning from your mistakes. And I'm a big fan of learning from my mistakes, but I'm a bigger fan of learning from other people's mistakes. And if I can learn something from somebody else that's gone through it and made a bunch of mistakes and can kind of help me avoid, those stumbling blocks, that's where I'm gonna go.
Absolutely.
You gotta look out for who's walked that path before you.
Yeah, man. And that's a great point you just made. There's a lot of different ways to learn. And I know I talked about this, I think Friday or maybe last Wednesday, but one of the best ways you can learn by your own mistakes. You will definitely learn that way. But learning from other people's mistakes and saying, all right, this person has already gone down this path before me. This person has already done this venture before me. This person has already gone through this before me. If I was a young person and I was going to get married, I wouldn't go for marriage advice from somebody who just finished their honeymoon. They don't know spit from apple butter or tea from coffee about marriage yet. If I was about to get married, I would go to that 70-year-old man who's been married for 55 years, and I'd say, sir, I'd like some wisdom from you. I guarantee you that old man has been man or woman that's been married for 55 years can drop some knowledge on you about marriage. Same thing in business, same thing as a technician, same thing as a father, same thing as every aspect of your life. No matter what you're trying to do, look to those people that have been down that path before. If you're a new technician and you're learning, you're not going to go to the guy that's just gotten into his truck and just learned how to use a meter for wisdom and guidance. You're going to go to that guy that's been a technician for 20, 30 years and has the knowledge and has the wisdom. That's why I love the community so much, because there's so many of those guys out there. And there's so many of those guys that are just willing to drop knowledge and help. And then another important aspect of it is, as you learn what in whatever aspect of life it is, as you learn, make sure you're passing on that knowledge and wisdom to other people. When I first started my YouTube video, I didn't know much of anything. When I started my YouTube videos, I all I knew was what I was going through, the failures I was experiencing, the successes I was experiencing, and what I was learning. And that's all I was telling people. But it's important that we do that in life. We share those little bits of sage wisdom as we experience. Because I'll tell you, there's no other teacher like experience, man.
Yeah.
It's
Surround
quite
yourself with smart people too. You got to
yes,
surround yourself with, you know, a youth pastor at our church once told me, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. And those words stuck with me to this day. And this was many, many years ago that he said that. And I was like, wow, you're a lot younger than me, but those are some pretty wise words, and I took that to heart, because it's who you surround yourself with is going to shape your future. So you got to be careful of who you surround yourself with, and sometimes a little strategic as well.
absolutely. Yeah, you sleep with dogs, you get fleas, is the old saying.
Yep, exactly.
Yep. I I I think one of the things that people struggle with is, you have people in your life at certain seasons in your life, and then you realize that those people aren't necessarily good for you. And you love those people and you care about those people, but there's nothing wrong with distancing yourself from people and getting around a new circle to better yourself. If the people around you aren't encouraging you and helping you get to where you're going, um, it's probably a good idea that you start looking for a new group of people to hang around with. It's like EJ. I think EJ always says that if you're the smartest person in the room, or you're the smartest person at the table, you might want to find another table to sit at.
Yep, exactly. We were having a Bible study here at my house last night, and one of the ladies gave a good analogy of this exact thing. She said she's into flowers, so she likened it to, people come in and out of your lives, and then there's people that stay, and those are your core, your people, and she says, the ones that don't stay, they're like the annuals, to where you got it, you plant a little seed, they come in, they grow, and then, when the season's done, they're gone, and you can't, enjoy them. But the annuals are there every single year, and they're there for the long haul, and they're with you for that long haul. And there's people in your own family, not just friends and outsiders that come in and out. It could be business or whatever. You're going to have people come in and go out, and then you're going to have your core, those people that stay with you. The perennials and annuals thing really kind of was a good analogy for that. So
I like it. That's a good one.
sometimes the hard part is discerning which is which.
Yeah, That is, dude, that is the hard part, discerning which is which, because we don't understand, no matter how spiritual or how holy you think you are, you don't understand God. You don't understand his will completely. And a lot of it, we have to be patient and see what doors open and what doors close. And sometimes there's doors closed with other people on the side of the door, and you just have to keep moving. I mean, at the end of the day, as I always say, at the end of the day, there's certain people in your life that are just there for a season. And it's not that you don't love those people, it's not that you don't care about those people, but you have to realize that there's a bigger picture, and um sometimes God's will is a little confusing to us, I think. A
Yep.
reason, a season, or a lifetime. I like it. Whoever
Yep.
you are, Facebook user, click the link at the top so we can see your name. But fire off your marketing questions, guys. We got Mr. Mike here today, ready to answer your marketing stuff.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about strategy today, guys and girls. So what strategies are you using for your marketing? Like TK is opening his store, so his store is going to have a completely different strategy than his appliance repair business. So what methods are you guys using in your marketing? Like what avenues are you doing? Paid ads? Are you doing SEO? Are you you know doing word of mouth? Are you Facebook marketing? Are what are you doing? What kind of strategies are you using? What kind of questions do you have to make things better? What advice do you have? I don't know it all. If you guys are out there and you're killing it, I want to hear about it. So if we're going to talk strategy, um let's talk strategy on your store. What are you doing, TK? What are you thinking about doing, and have you started doing any marketing yet?
I I started my business, GMB. Um, haven't done a whole lot with it, to be perfectly honest. I started my Facebook page. Um, got that all set up. I was considering, and I don't know much about this, so you can probably answer this question. I was considering starting a public Facebook group called Mechanicsville Appliance. And I didn't know if it would get flagged. I didn't know if that was allowed. But basically, have everybody I know and every customer I go to share this, push it out there, and it would be a public Facebook group that anybody could join, where we'll post new products in there, post whatever's, almost like a sales group, but specifically for our store. And I don't even know if that's allowed or not, but I figured I'd give it a try. And
It's about you can start a group on practically anything. So something like that would actually, it might be good for something that's locally targeted like that.
well, that's
Um, it,
my
it could turn into a complete sales group where everybody's posting, their own used appliances and stuff. But it could turn into an opportunity for you too,
right.
at some point for you picking up some scratch and dent, used appliances that you could repair and sell and flip them.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be totally opposed to other people posting stuff in there, but kind of make it the local hub for where people go. If you're in the Mechanicsville area and you're looking for an appliance, go to the Mechanicsville Appliance Group, see what they got, see what other people are posting. Somebody throw some direct drives on there, we'll go snatch them up because we love them direct drives.
Yeah, I mean, you could use that twofold, not just to sell your appliances, but for people looking to ask questions about appliances, and they find out that you do that service, and now you got a service call.
Yeah. Well, that's
So
been a that's been a big thing we've noticed just since last Tuesday when we opened. Is we're getting a ton of people coming in asking questions. Well, not a ton, but we're getting a good amount of people coming in asking questions. And this might be a double-edged sword because the problem with us is we do know appliances. So I'll give you a perfect example. I had a lady yesterday on Marketplace hit me up, and she was asking if we had any stacked laundry or laundry centers. And I said, we got one in the back. We're testing it today. I'll let you know when it's ready. She's like, well, I got an older Whirlpool set and the dryer works fine, but the washer's not agitating properly. And I'm thinking this lady's going to get rid of a nice Whirlpool set because of some agitator dogs. So I messaged her back and I was like, well, what do you mean by not agitating properly? She was like, well, it just doesn't work to close back and forth like it used to. And I messaged her back and I said, turn the agitator in clockwise. It should spin freely. I said, turn the agitator in the opposite direction. It should engage the bottom of the agitator as well. And part of me is thinking to myself, I'm screwing myself out of a sale. I'm screwing myself out of a sale telling this lady this, but I can't sit there and know that this lady needs a $5 set of agitator dogs and it would fix her awesome direct drive washer, and sleep at night. So like it's hard for me to discern those type of things, but at the same time, and this is where the marketing piece comes in. If that lady fixes her washer machine off of the advice that I get her, I feel like she would respect the fact that I did that for her. And the next time she truly needs a repair or truly needs a whatever, she's going to be coming back to us. And to be honest with you, whether she does or not, I just can't sleep at night if I took advantage of that lady, because I feel like I would be taking advantage of her if I knew she needed a $5 set of agitator dogs and I sold her a $600 laundry center.
Yeah, but if you answered that in a public forum, right? Other people saw it. She may not be your client, but other people saw that you helped her, and maybe they're your client.
True.
So get out there and be helpful in your local Facebook groups, guys. I mean, it's a great strategy. Let's see, read some of this. 90% warranty, other 10% from word of mouth. That's a lot of warranty work.
That is a lot of warranty work.
You want to step away from warranty work and start advertising. Well, the first place I would start is Google Ads. That's the most immediate way to buy customers. However, you have to do it the right way. And you can't just create an ad and think that it's going to get clicks and conversions. With Google Ads, there's a quality score that goes along with Google Ads, and it's tied directly to your website. Okay? If your website is crap and you don't have a good quality website that's very, very clear in everything that you do, and things aren't laid out properly, and your pages are confusing, and you don't have specific pages set up for each one of your services or even your service areas, then Google is not going to see your website as a quality website, and therefore your ad quality that's tied to it is going to be lower quality. Okay, so I've said this forever. Your website is your foundation for everything that you do in business, period. Especially when it comes to anything on the internet. Your website is first. That has to be number one. So get that solid. Then you can start doing Google Ads, and then do Google Guarantee ads. It's going to take you a lot longer to get through the process of Google Guarantee, because they're going to vet you and you got to submit all the documentation and go through all that. And then once you're vetted, you can lower some of your ad costs on your Google ads and kind of balance out your Google guarantee ads and your regular Google ads. That's going to definitely help you. You never want to replace one with the other. You're going to want to run both at the same time. And if you're working with, someone to rank your website pages better, and you're starting to show up, organically, then you're going to have your Google guarantee ad up at the top. You're going to show up in organic, and then you can also have your regular Google ad all on the same page. So now you've got 3 listings on page 1 of Google. So that's the goal. So you want coverage. So don't think that one piece is going to be a solve or an answer to all your problems, because it's not. Marketing is an overall arching bubble with all these things inside, many other bubbles inside of it. So usually when people say, "Oh, I need marketing, I need to do some kind of marketing," you've got to look at the strategies on what types of marketing are best for your company. And everything starts with budget, and it doesn't matter what your budget is. Start somewhere. The biggest thing is start. A lot of people are like, "Oh, I'm afraid," or $50 a month, $100 a month isn't going to do anything for me. Yeah, you know what? It may not, but you'll never know if you don't start.
That's good advice, man. I
Yeah.
mean, the quick pondering the path of procrastination, because I'm guilty of this, and I can attest to it. EJ was talking about this yesterday. He sat down with a business coach and was talking about some different things, and he told me this quote or this example that this person shared with him. There's a lot of dead squirrels on the road that were indecisive. They were in the middle of the road. They couldn't decide which way to go, and they got flat pancaked. Just do something. If you're looking to start marketing, just do something. My first suggestion, which I hope this is okay to say in here, my first suggestion is reach out to Mike. Reach out to Mike and get somebody that we were just talking about, people that have the experience. Mike has the experience. Mike's done this. He knows what he's doing. I've seen it. I've seen him help appliance repair companies and what he's done. He can help you get more work. But if you don't have a budget, make a budget. Start somewhere. Make a budget and start executing it, because if you don't, you're just going to keep on keeping on, keep on doing what you're doing. And it's a old cliche saying, but it's true. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you always got. Nothing's going to change if you keep doing the same thing. If you want change, if you want to start doing something different when it comes to this stuff, you have to try something new. But that's good advice, man. I think here's another
You've got
question.
to do it strategically. What do
Strategy.
I
That's
think
what we're
about
talking about,
Thumbtack?
folks.
Thumbtack.
Don't
I mean, it's lead gen. It's just another lead gen company. So, I mean, I'm not going to go down that lead gen hole. Lead gen to me is not marketing. Lead gen to me is paying for yourself to end up ultimately in a trap, and you're ultimately competing against yourself. Um, we recently, when was it, TK? 2-3 weeks ago, maybe within the past month, David came on and was talking about lead gen, and go watch that episode, because there's a million reasons why lead gen is bad, and he came on and he was trying to find the good points. And I can tell you what, those tail scales were so far tipped on the bad side that the good side of it, I'm not saying there weren't good sides, but when you look at the overall picture, the bad way outweighed the good.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things there that you've got to be careful. So I'm not a fan of lead gen. I hate it. So let's see. Yeah, I can help you.
I can't help you with the website, JoJo. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, I can definitely help you. Get in touch with me. Um, I'm actually launching a brand new appliance repair company's website today. So I got to get that done later today. So, does Google Guarantee rank higher than Google Ads? Yes, it definitely does. Google Guarantee always shows up at the top, and you'll have, if you've ever really paid attention to how Google Guarantee shows up, you're going to have three boxes with three different companies right up at the top. They're not stacked. They're more in a carousel type format. So you'll always be at the top with Google Guarantee as long as you're in those three, and that's completely dependent on your ad spend budget. If somebody is going to spend more and say I'm willing to pay more, that ad is going to show up before yours. So it's like an auction, basically, is how Google ads run. And then if there's a Google Guarantee section at the top, your regular standard Google ads may be at the very bottom of the page. So they're not going to be shown as prominently, on certain search engine results pages. So you may want to, once you have Google Guarantee, you may want to increase a little bit more of your ad spend on Google Guarantee than you do on your regular Google ads. However, I would still run both, because you want to dominate that page, whether it's with organic, and I'd rather have two ads on a page plus my organic plus a 3 map pack listing, and then now I've got 4 listings on one page, that are related to my business. So those are definitely the three to 4 areas that you really want to go for. And getting there organically, it's a little slower. Obviously paid ads, you're paying and then you're listed, done, in most cases. So do you help companies that are in the same market?
I guess
It
it means
depends
the
on what I'm
same
doing and how
locality.
big that market is. Normally I don't, because ethically I can't take on two HVAC or 2 appliance companies that are in the same major city. Okay. It's one thing if, for example, I'm from Chicago. So if you look at Chicago, it's really, that city isn't very round. It's with all the suburbs, it's very long and tall. Okay. So in that type of city, if I had someone on the south side, they can't service the north side because it would take them forever to get there. And maybe they don't want to service the north side of Chicago in the northern suburbs. I would do that as long as I had 2 people in the same market that do not service the other markets. But in most cases, a bigger city, or even, these smaller second and third tier size cities, even though they're large cities, they can ethically serve all of them. So, for example, EJ's down in Lexington, Kentucky. I would never take on another client in Lexington, even though that city is pretty large. EJ can serve all of Lexington. So why would I compete against myself, just for a little bit of money, and now I'm not making 2 people happy. So for me, ethically, I don't do that. So
I think that shows your character and the type of person you are. People that are just out there to get money and don't care about their customers. Um, your job is to promote that business. Your job is to get that customer more jobs. So if you're literally helping him get jobs and helping his competition at the same time, it's a conflict of interest. It's an
at
absolute
that point, I might as well be a lead gen company
exactly.
and just promote my own business and then sell that all the leads to everybody else and dominate. And yeah, I could do that. I know how to do that. I don't want to do that because it's sleazy to me.
Yeah.
It's very, very sleazy, and that's why I just can't stand these lead gen
It's
companies.
like it's like selling the lady a laundry center when she needs a set of agitator dogs.
Yeah,
Maybe that's not a
exactly,
very good example.
exactly. No, no, it's true. It's like you got to sleep at night.
Yeah,
So
that's and you know what? That's the big thing. The number one thing that you got to think about in business and life and whatever, the decision that you make, you have to sleep at night with. The
yeah,
decisions that you make as a business owner, a technician, a husband, a father, or whatever, you have to sleep at night with. So that should be the first thing that goes through your mind before you do something. Think before you do it, and then say, "Am I going to be able to sleep okay with this tonight?"
yeah,
Because if you're going to, I like sleeping. I like sleeping good. Mike,
yeah.
the only thing I have to
Elliot, this is a great question because I can tell you right now, if any of you are looking to hire an agency for whether it's Google Ads, building a website, doing SEO, building a website, not as much. You don't have to worry about it if it's just going to build me a website and then I'm done with you and it's one off. But if that person is going to, or that agency is also going to handle your Google Ads, and they're also going to handle your SEO, for search engine optimization, then in that case, you need to ask them. You need to find out what their ethics are, and you need to find out if they have other people in that market. So I I do not focus on one type of a customer in my opinion. I focus on local, and I do flooring companies. I launched a website for a flooring company yesterday, and I do all these different business types. And yeah, in my market, I can have 100 customers as long as they're all different business types, or in my area. And then I can do the same thing in another area, in another area. There's plenty of work, and I'll just go bury the hell out of my competition in all these markets, as long as the budget's there to do so. It's the first thing is figure out your budget. Your website's probably going to cost you the most out of pocket up front because you've got to just pay to have it done. And that's usually the biggest chunk up front. If you're doing any other marketing, obviously it's a month to month service. So you're going to have to budget and say, I've got $500 a month in ad spend that I can do. And a Google marketing company agency is going to charge you probably anywhere from 250 to $500 a month on top of that to manage your Google ads. And like for me, that covers, I get on the phone every single month with a Google rep, and I talk to that Google rep, and we optimize all the different accounts, and I've talked to them about what's cutting edge that you guys are doing in the Google space. What tools are available, what's new in the pipeline that I have available to my customers. So you need to find out, are they doing it? If you're doing this on your own, there's listening to those Google ad reps is not 100%. They're not going to tell you the truth. I mean, let's face
yeah.
it. They're looking to increase their revenue on their side. And there's been times that I've been on their phone with them, and they're like, "Oh, go ahead and do this, adjust this, optimize this. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that because that doesn't make sense for this client and this type of a business, and that's where having an agency involved actually knows what they're doing rather than handling things yourself and not having the experience when to tell a rep no, and knowing what works and what doesn't. So, but if you're trying to do it yourself, just be careful. Try and learn as much as you can.
Mike,
It's
drop your email in the comments if you don't mind, so they know how to get in touch with you, because the comments are flying in saying, "How do I get in touch with them?"
okay.
First thing you got to do is Venmo me $75, and then I will give you Mike's contact information. It's easy, guys. It's $75. Just Venmo me $75. I'll give you his email. It's no problem. It's just like it's just a little something on the side. No, I'm just joking. I had a question for
All
those
right.
listening that are saying, "All right, you're telling me to make a budget. What is a good for a small business, which is a lot of our listeners? What is a good monthly budget for marketing? Is it $1,000? Is it $500? Is it $2,000? Is it $3,000? What, in your opinion? Like, let's say me, I'm opening this store. I'm considering marketing now. I've never marketed before. What would be a good monthly budget? Because yours is all inclusive. You do the website, you do the SEO, you do everything. What's a good monthly budget if I was trying to plan?
Right. There's only one answer for this, and it's a really clear answer, and that answer is it depends. And
Uh,
I know everybody hates to hear that, right? It depends on your competition. Are they actually spending money on Google Ads? Are they going out there? Are they, what marketing are they doing? Are they spending money on SEO? Are they spending money on Google Ads, Google Guarantee? You need to know your competition. Number one, you need to know everything that they're doing, and you need to write that down. Go out and research your competition. It's going to depend on the market size. If you're in Podunk, Mechanicsville, Virginia, chances are you don't have to spend as much.
how
I
dare
mean,
you?
think about it. It's a smaller town, right? It's very, very local town
Yeah.
area. And depending on the reach that you're trying to do, you could spend a lot less there. But I'll tell you what, if you're in Chicago, you're going to spend many thousands of dollars a month trying to compete there, because I can tell you everybody else there is spending the same amount. And it all comes down to who's spending their money the wisest and who's spending the money with someone who has the most experience. That's where it's going to come down to. So it's not just who's spending the most, it's who's spending the most wisest with experience. So, those you can spend $1,000 a month and never get anything. I've got plenty of customers come to me, oh, I was spending like 1,000, 1,500 with this, so-called marketing company and this guy and that guy, and it's just a waste. And I just spent it, a year or 10 months just throwing that money out the window and barely got anything for my return. And they come to me, and then we do it the right way, and they see a massive increase. Well, it's obvious that that other company or freelancer did not know what they were doing, and that money was not being spent wisely because the company just didn't have the experience. There's plenty of companies out there that say, oh, I can do X, Y, and Z, we do all this stuff, but what's their actual true experience? It comes down to like what we were talking about before. If somebody's gone that path before you, they're going to know the ins and outs. They've experienced it. And if you're dealing with a marketing company or an agency, you need to do the same thing. I know a lot, but I don't know it all. But I've got employees that know certain things in certain areas of our business that they know more than me. I'm not a big programmer. I've got 3 programmers on my staff, and they write code all day. I hardly ever write code, and I don't want to write code. I'm that's not my focus, and they love it, and I don't. It frustrates me. I think it's really cool watching them and doing what they do, but I can't stand it. So getting with an agency that has that kind of coverage is probably your best bet, and it might cost you a little bit more than you're comfortable with, but you'll get the return. So bottom line, what does it cost to do all this? Whatever you can afford. That's what it's going to cost. Start with whatever you can afford. Say, I can afford this much max, and that's my budget. What can I get for that amount? And then start increasing, obviously, as you grow.
And I'll say this, for those of you paying attention, Mike has a part of his business that he doesn't enjoy and that he's not good at. He delegated that to other people. That's important.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's a whole nother subject. We've talked about it a million times, but it's universal. It's in every business. If you're still doing the crap that you're not good at and that you should be paying somebody else $15, and I'm not saying you pay those people $15 an hour, but if you're doing $15 an hour jobs still and you want to be a business owner, come on. All right, we got some more questions. Thoughts on having a Facebook page for the business?
Absolute must. You have to have a Facebook page. You should have number one. If you're gonna have a website, you have to have a Facebook page. You have to have a Twitter account. Whether you use it or not, have a Twitter account. Post some stuff just a little bit once a month. I don't care. Just post something there because it gives your business trust in the search engine's eyes. Google wants to know you're an authentic, real business, and an authentic, real business has a Facebook page. They've got other social media accounts, like Twitter, but Twitter and Facebook are the 2 big ones. Get out there and get those, and if you want, go and get the rest. Just go and make accounts, get the rest, link them back to your website, but you have to have them regardless whether you use them or not. So definitely Facebook page is number 1.
My boy Dirty Bong is in the house this morning. Good morning, Dirty Bong. He's my favorite. I don't know who he is. Dirty Bong, are you on Facebook? Because I need to know who you are. But you are. I smile every time I see him pop on here. Good morning, Dirty Bong. I hope you clean your bong and have a wonderful day, my friend. Yeah, Facebook page is a must. So let's review here. Make a budget. We're talking strategy here. Make a budget. Start somewhere. If your budget is $500 a month, spend that $500 a month wisely. Well, let's start over again. Number 1, get in contact with someone that knows their crap. It doesn't have to be Mike Carson. That's who I recommend. But get in touch with somebody that knows their crap like Mike and get a plan together. Because what a good SEO guy is going to do, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is they're going to help you with that strategy. They're going to help you plan. They're going to help you. If you came to Mike and said, I have $500 a month, he's going to help you with a plan to do that. If you came to Mike and said, I have $10,000 a month, he's going to help you with a plan to do that. So get somebody in your corner, set a budget, get those things going that you can do outside of the budget. They're free. Facebook profile, Google My Business, Twitter account. doing Instagram. I did a TikTok for my store.
Yeah.
Has it blown up? Have I gone viral? Not yet. But you wait, guys. I'm gonna go viral on TikTok.
You know what? And the 5 of us that watch you enjoy it.
Exactly. Yep. All 5 of my followers really have a good time watching me fix door gaskets on TikTok. Oh, here's a good. I actually just did this. This is part of my
Yes.
marketing. I joined the local chamber of commerce. If you are not a member of your local chamber of commerce, highly recommend it. They're coming out to my grand opening. They're doing a ribbon cutting. They do monthly networking get-togethers where you can network with other business partners, and it's like it's not expensive. It's like $200 a year or
Yeah.
$180 a year.
You know what? I'm going to give you a little nugget here. When it comes to SEO, backlinks matter, and backlinks from high authority sites matter more. Your Chamber of Commerce is a very high authority website. If you can go in and optimize your listing there, and in the description of your company, add a backlink to your website, now you just got a backlink from a very high authority website. And most of the time they're do follow links. And that means that authority passes from their site to yours. And the more of those types of backlinks you have, the more Google's going to trust you, and the more that Google would increase your rankings. So it's going to definitely increase your
Uh-oh. Did I lose him? Mike, I think we lost you, bud. Did we lose Mike, or did y'all lose me? Can y'all still hear me is the question. If you can still hear me, comment below.
Hello.
Oh, there
There
we
you
go.
go. I don't know what happened there.
Did I freeze or did you freeze?
No, it like both windows went black for me, and just saw the spinny circle.
Okay.
So I
We're
didn't know
back.
which one of us it happened to.
We're back. Yeah, that's a good little nugget, because I didn't even know what backlinking was until I started talking to you and other marketing guys. It is a big deal, and I hadn't even thought about that when I joined the Chamber of Commerce. But once I get that website going, that is a big thing. If my website is backlinked with the Chamber of Commerce, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Well, man,
join a BNI group, join networking groups. I mean, you want to cast as wide of a net when it comes to marketing and getting yourself out there. Cast as wide of a net as you possibly can, because you have no idea where your next jobs are going to come from, or who you may meet that can provide you some flow, some cash flow into your business. So that's my advice. I mean, obviously, exhaust every free resource that you possibly can. I mean, that's a given. Just any free resource that you can. You should be doing that, and you should be doing that first. And then once that is exhausted, and you're going to have to continue to nurture and maintain those things, and then you can go into paid advertising and SEO and things like that. And all the free stuff, hopefully, if it works out, that will help pay for your marketing budget and SEO budgets, and then you can start moving up, and that's when you start getting into the big times. That's when you start growing your business, and you really start seeing things scale.
Yeah.
At least you should.
Should anybody have a concern? Let's say there's a one-man show out there. Should anyone have a concern is that they get a rock star SEO guy such as yourself working for them, and they just start growing too fast? Because I know it can happen. Is there a way to shut it off once it gets going, or is it like once the ball is rolling, you better get ready? I want people to be ready for for what might happen if they do these things?
Well, if as far as SEO, once the ball, it's a boulder. It's really hard to push that boulder at first, but once it starts rolling and things start happening, it's hard to stop a moving object. Okay, so you can stop your SEO, but it's not going to shut it off like if you paused an ad campaign. If you have an ad campaign, you can literally shut that off. I mean, EJ came to me a few times and he's like, "Hey, got a guy on vacation. Let's bump the ad spend down or pause the campaign entirely." So we did that. So it's in that case, if your organic SEO is feeding the hell out of you and you can shut off your ads and you're happy with where you are, then that's fine. You can totally do that. One will not ever replace the other 100%. Okay, SEO is meant to be more organic, but in a very competitive industry, such as appliance repair, especially HVAC, things like that, any local services, you'll never be able to replace it 100% because it's just too competitive. Because as soon as you are doing good, someone else is going to say, "I don't have enough work. Now I got to hire somebody and I'm going to pay for ads and I'm going to do all this SEO." Now you got even more competition. So you got to pretty much work things out in your market, and your competition just completely drives everything that you're going to do.
Great point. TK, you should build a transformer robot out of appliances and post it on TikTok. That's a great idea, man. Me and the wife are planning to dress up as Speed Queen washer and dryer for Halloween. I went on YouTube and found some really cool DIY washer machine and dryer costumes. So we're going to be my marketing scheme for Halloween: Speed Queen washer and dryer. I'm going to punch a dent into the side of one of them and go out there with Mechanicsville Appliance business cards, and everybody in High Point Farms is going to know about Mechanicsville Appliance. So yeah, actually that's a cool idea. Transformer.
Yeah.
Octavio, I think this is I'm not sure if I've seen this name before. Thanks for stopping by there, sir or ma'am.
Yeah.
Octavio, that's the dude, I imagine. Appreciate you.
Well,
I got to
I
roll,
need to
man.
get off of here.
Yep, we've been rocking and rolling. This has been a good one, man.
Yeah.
I got to figure out something. I'm going to call you later and we're going to chat. I got to figure out something. I think it's time to pull the trigger. I know I've only been in business. I've only been open for a week and a half, and I'm probably getting a little antsy. But either way, I just like talking to you, and I appreciate the feedback. So
no problem. That's what I'm here for.
That will be $70. Yes, sir. You got it, bud. Well, I gave you Mike's email for free, so let's just call it even. How about that? Well, thanks again, buddy. Thank you to everybody out there in the community. We appreciate y'all. If you need to hit up Mike, hit him up. He's at itdwebdesign.com. Also, check out the Service Alliance Group website. Tons of good marketing videos on there. Tons of good SOPs and tech sheets and stuff like that. Everybody have a wonderful Wednesday. Mike, you got any closing thoughts or comments?
No, just go out there and kill it, guys.
Have a great day, everybody. Peace.
All right.